New poll out from Gallup, and it has some chilling results. So what we're looking at here is lower-income Americans' concern about hunger and homelessness. And as you can see, it says it's high there, and it's increasing. So the key line here is the group that makes less than $30,000. And when you look at them in 2010, which, by the way, was like right smack dab in the middle of the recession, like right when the Great Recession was happening, 51% of Americans who made $30,000 a year or less were scared, they were concerned about hunger and homelessness. Now, fast forward to today, 67% of Americans who make $30,000 or less fear hunger and homelessness. This is the United States of America, guys. In the United States of America, 67% of people who make $30,000 a year or less, they're concerned about maybe losing their home or going hungry. Man, that's crazy. And as we've learned previously and discussed previously, did you know that 50% of the country, half the country, makes $30,000 a year or less? So in other words, forgive my disastrous math abilities, but I'm going to sound like the scene in Anchorman right now. 67% of half of the country fears fears that they're going to lose their home or go hungry. That's amazing. 80% of the time, it works every time. I think that was the Anchorman line. I could be messing up the numbers. No, but all jokes aside, that's preposterous. We spent $7 trillion on a war in Iraq. We spent trillions more in Afghanistan. Every year, over 50% of our discretionary spending goes to the military. We bailed out Wall Street. I'm not kidding. Over $15 trillion we bailed out Wall Street, to the tune of over $15 trillion. We have all the money in the world for corporate welfare, for Wall Street, for financial institutions, for pork barrel spending, for the military-industrial complex. But our infrastructure gets a grade of D+, and a gigantic swath of the country, it fears that they're going to go hungry or they're going to lose their house. Could you imagine how much better we'd be if we had universal healthcare and universal education? We had free college. Could you imagine how much better it would be if the minimum wage was a living wage and we tied it to inflation? Can you imagine how much better we'd be if we had strong unions that fight for a strong middle class and give people vacation time? And this is abysmal, man. This is a shame on the nation. 67% of people making $30,000 or less fear they're going to go hungry or lose their home in what's called the richest country that ever existed. Really sit there and let those numbers sink in, because it's hard to wrap your mind around it, but it is an amazing fact.